Welcome. Yo, it's been hard. Yesterday it was not. Yesterday I cried again. I'm not here to be faking the journey, and I'm here to show you what it really takes. Yesterday I cried. I was in a lot of pain. We're on the account we're at minus 8.63. So yeah, it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot. The journey hurts a lot, right? But I needed the day off. I was sitting in pain. I was sitting at the ceiling. I didn't know what to do. I asked God for help. I was just, yeah, not in a great state necessarily. But I watched a TV show about Jesus, and that made me reconnect with God. Actually, that really helped me. And now I'm back, right? You don't have to be. One thing I realized with time is you don't have to. I had that thought of, oh my God, what, right? I'm in pain right now, but I should be working. I should be doing this and this and this and that. But in reality, bro, it's not like that. When you're in pain, take the day off, bro. When you're in pain, take the day off. You're gonna need it, and this cycle is gonna go over and over and over and over again. It's never really gonna stop, right? The pain is never really gonna stop. The only thing that changes is you're gonna feel pain in bigger cycles. For example, you're gonna at the start you're gonna be in pain pretty much every single day. With time, you're gonna get stronger, and you're gonna feel pain every week or so, and so on and so forth until it becomes rarer and rarer. But pain is just part of the process. To be honest, yeah, it's not easy, and I'm here to show you the reality of the journey. Yesterday, not the greatest trade, of course, not the greatest trade. I'm not gonna argue about that. That yesterday was not the greatest trade, but I learned something important, right? There's one mistake in my mindset, so let's go over a bit because I didn't make the journal stream as I usually do, but I'm gonna go a bit over what I learned, right? I have to think, right? When I was taking this, even though I knew this is the most probable choice to make is to wait for this inversion, the problem was I was keep thinking about that exception I once made and it worked. And that's a mistaken mindset. How you should think always is think about what's the most probable decision, what's more likely to happen over 100 trades. That's a bit more on how I should be thinking when I'm about to make trade decision, and so on and so forth. And I realized, right, sometimes I cannot develop a protective system to my intuition, right? There's gonna be times when intuition cannot be present. The same it was yesterday, because I got some feelings when I was here, because I didn't trade for a while. I got some feelings into me, and what I realized was when intuition is that like not usable because of feelings, I should default to a more probabilistic thinking, right? Intuition was not really saying, okay, you should take this before that was invalidated. So therefore, if intuition is not really there screaming to me to make an exception, I should default to the most probable decision to make in the current moment. That's what I realized with time, and that's what I'm gonna do. Here it already looks like a good short. I'm gonna demo this shit because it looks good. It looks like a trending Asia that's gonna work. The idea still stays valid in my eyes, but we're gonna see if we have a trade today. Again, even if I'm gonna lose the account, that's what have been resonating in my head, right? That's being scared of losing the account. First of all, how I managed to be fine with it is I thought about God, right? I thought about God. God is gonna help you deal with hard times. And hi, how are you doing? How's it go? Not great, bro, not great. I'm gonna be honest, not great. I took one loss. The account is pretty deep in drawdown. I'm pretty much one trade away from losing the account. I only had one trade this week, and I lost yesterday, and I lost because I took kind of a stupid trade, but it's all good. I don't know what I was talking before, but what was I talking? I don't remember exactly, but yeah, let's see what DXY is doing right here. How's your week going, bro? Yours? How's your week? Still weird. I would still prefer to see sell side getting swept here. Yeah, still weird. Still now would not trade until I see the sell side getting swept here. Yeah, not even worth really making an analysis. I still want to see this getting taken, and we don't have high resistance, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense on stalling like this. But we are printing this bearish gap, so it's weird. It's weird, to be honest. Yeah, we don't really have an edge here on looking for shorts, but yeah, this is not even worth really making an analysis here. We need to wait for structure. We do have one bearish gap, but it's still not worth. I need to see structure here. So Euro and DXY instantly get skipped. Like, it's not a state I would like to be trading in. Here I like it a bit more because we still have that volatility, and we already had the bearish POI get mitigated. So here this actually looks good. I would be down to still trade this idea because the idea is still valid for me. Hi bro, do not worry, your hard work will pay off unless you do not give up. It's a matter of yeah bro, thank you a lot bro. I really appreciate your words, it really helps me. Yeah, that's what it's, you know, that's why it gets hard, because I've been putting in so much work for 3 years straight without getting a single drop of reward. That's what really hurts a lot. That's what hurts a lot, bro. It's not, yeah, it's not easy, you know what I mean, to keep pushing like every single day, show up, and the thing is still not working. It feels like this endless battle that never gonna end, but I'm not gonna give up because I don't want to, and I know because at some point I'm gonna succeed, right? I believe in myself, but yeah, sometimes it's just, yeah, it's hard. I'm not gonna like to keep on going, but I'm gonna keep on going. But thank you for your words. I really needed your words right now. Still valid on looking for shorts. For shorts, we have a good confluence when reaching lower, which is that hourly inverse, but already mitigated. Could look for follow-up trades here with 50-minute confirmation. Yeah, I still like GU here. AU is looking decent as well, but we have gap to gap basically, which looks decent. Do we have area? We probably have a 4-hour. Yes, this also looks decent. At this point, I'm just showing up from love, to be honest. I'm doing this for love, but sometimes, you know, the pain gets to you. Your soul gets tired. It's not even like physically tired. It's just that your soul gets tired, right? For putting in so much work for so many years without getting one single drop of reward is what makes it hard. But at this point, I'm not even doing this for results anymore. I'm just doing this for my love for trading. To be honest, yeah, even if it hurts, I'm still gonna continue. No matter if I lose the account, I'm still gonna continue. I'm still gonna make daily live stream, and even if I don't have an account to be trading in, I'm still gonna do daily live stream. Gap to gap scenario, valid on looking lower actually. But yeah, it's not an easy journey, and that's what I'm here to show you on YouTube, bro. The only thing you fucking see, that's what is frustrating me a lot. Like, the only thing you see on YouTube is people once they turn profitable. That's what is kind of frustrating, right? You see people, they reach profitability, they, oh look, I make this much, I make this much, I make this much. But when you're going on their channel and you try and choose or look how were they doing once they were not profitable, you don't see them, you don't see footage, or you don't see content from they were not profitable, which is something that is frustrating, right? People only start really documenting the process once they turn profitable, but I'm here really on documenting everything that it takes, all the pain, everything, all the dark days, all the days you're gonna cry, because it's inevitable. This is part of the journey. You're gonna cry, you're gonna feel like crazy. This is not an easy journey, and I'm here to show it fully, right? We have this inversion here, but it's just I wouldn't really be looking at continuations here. Yeah, it's very overextended, so this looks good. I would like to see that Asian sweep here. I do like UK here. I don't even need to make an analysis, like being fully honest. Like, I already know what the good pairs are to be traded. But yeah, let's see UJ. UJ looks decent for continuations lower. Let's think about this. yeah, it looks good for continuations lower. We do have this 4 hour here. Let's see here, we have 4 hour to 4 hour, so this can already be traded like straight off the bat of this cap here, like a raid Asia to look for continuation, slight resistance, but still gonna target. Okay, this looks actually pretty good on looking at some raids. So an Asian raid to us will be sweeping it. Okay, this looks like a good setup actually. So let's see gold a bit. Gold looks decent for continuations higher, but it's very overextended, and not really gonna be looking to trade gold for New York. So these, most of them get skipped. Realistically, I do like UJ on reaching lower because we have higher time frame draw. I do like GU still. Still like GU. I would look for some type of either retest or some shit here to continue looking for shorts. And yeah, I do like GU, I do like UJ. AU also looks pretty good. It's just that I don't really want to be trading AU. I mean, probably AU is more suitable for shorts because it's weaker than GU. And I would say it's more easier to reach into these lows right here. So we're gonna watch we're gonna watch these 4 pairs, my bad. You have a lot of potential pairs, but let me put this right here. Okay. Yeah, we're pretty much chilling. We're looking good. I do like UJ here. I do really like UJ. I'm looking for shorts towards this higher time frame target. Easily gonna get reachable today. We have a chance of continuing bullish, but I would still say, considering we don't really have 4 hour POIs or nothing here to really like long term react off, this is a really good setup to be looking at shorts. I do really like this. So UJ, G was good for shorts, but the problem is it's way stronger. Really good area getting swept here. Exactly the idea I said yesterday. It's just that we entered too early, but it still looks good. We're gonna see. I'm really gonna wait for something to be confident in here to be entering. And also this looks good also. Yeah, it's already valid to be looking at shorts. Let's see what London Open does, but this can already be a short if we retrace here, like do something like this and then have an entry pattern, already be able to take this short. Target Asian low first, second target is probably gonna be around here, this low, and final this low. So yeah, we're looking pretty good. Ce mă, tată, mă, dar du-te în pat, mă, tătuțo. My cat is on my desk. Okay, we got missed here, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see on the 5 minute. We don't really have structure. I would still be down on looking for shorts. The thing is, we do still have kind of a lot of resistance around these lows right here. That's kind of the problem with this trade, but I would probably, it's a way better trade to be trying to short AU here, because AU is weaker, right? And it's always we're always gonna get better R. G's the strongest out of all the pairs. We see it's clearly stronger. Yeah, we're gonna see, but I do like, probably the best pair for me is gonna be UJ, so that's what I'm gonna realistically look at. We do have this void here. We're potentially gonna build some structure, right? I do want to see something like this would be my perfect idea, like form that market structure shift and then entry here and then easy fucking targets lower. Yeah, I do like this, so that's what we're gonna watch. Boom, place an alert here on this New York high. This looks like a good setup. I do like this. I do the tatampad. Go in the fucking bed, man. What is it doing here, man? You live in Bucharest, yeah, bro. I live in Romania, but not in Bucharest. I live in Romania, but not in Bucharest. I live in some, like a pretty small village, I would say. We're gonna watch these. UK doesn't look like it's gonna come down, but I do like, we're gonna just in case we have a trade, I'm just gonna get ready. At this point I'm just trusting God, to be honest. If I'm gonna lose the account, it's meant to happen, right? It's meant to happen. Probably still the better choice to wait for this, but we're gonna see. I don't want to see this FVG right here get rebalanced. And this looks like it's gonna form that fractal high, but I do not like that we have all this resistance on the low, so I would like to see some sort of like strong displacement lower. Probably still prefer to be shorting this. Yeah, first target, second target. I mean, first target, second target, third target. We have 3 TPs, pretty nice. We're just making a plan for what we want to trade. We don't need to see this buy side liquidity rate. We already rated buy side here, so we have, let's go over the edge, right? Buy side liquidity rate into area. Then we have our trigger on looking for lower prices on the lower time frames on the hourly, and we have low resistance lows to be targeting. Yeah, it's a solid trade. It's valid. Just sometimes not the AU is not gonna print the cleanest most of the times. We gonna see what we do, but I do like how we're looking today. This is just a demo. We're still probably gonna build that fractal, but it's way too risky for now to be looking at shorts into this hella resistance here. So I'm just gonna stand on business. I'm probably gonna watch AU now. Let's see that retracement. I see a beautiful retracement and then a break lower. We're gonna be able to trade this. Let me play some music. I really enjoying lo-fi lately. We gonna see, but I do like AU. But most of the best is definitely UJ here. We just take a bit of time to print the setup. We're already in the 4 hour, but for me a criteria here with definitely sweeping this this New York high is a bit better. This is a very shallow sweep, and considering time frame refinement, our hourly gets refined here. I mean our 4 hour gets refined here. 4 hours already reached, but hourly we have this good here. We also have this inversion actually, so that's why I would prefer us to come here. And this inversion, this looks like a really good area to continue shorts from. So I would prefer seeing price still make one move higher, and I'm gonna watch these. So I'm probably gonna do this. Since we don't have money for trading the premium, we're gonna do it the, how do I say, the Ciobanească way. That's what we say in Romania. Boom like this and boom like this, so we can watch 2 pairs at a time. Boom, and that's it. You're gonna see if AU breaks lower. You already rebalance equilibrium prices, so it's a fine trade, but I do want to see that confluence of reaching lower. If we don't, that's fine, but still this definitely is the better setup, the superior setup. Even in on the 50 minute we see Asia, we don't have opposing PD array, so we're really fine. We kind of have this, which might be a monitor level. So if we get the short, this is where we're gonna potentially monitor for partials depending on how we behave, right? We do have also this 50 minute, which is why this area is really really important here, and breaking lower below it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna see, but I do prefer AU UJ, my bad. But why is it stalling? Why cannot I cannot access yeah, Geo, even though I really like the idea and we're really good on the higher time frames, it's just I cannot really force. We do want to see an hourly gap lower here before considering to trade, so that's what I'm gonna wait for. It looks like a trending Asia. It's a valid model, but it's just a lot of resistance on these lows here that we have, so it's very risky to be trading into this. AU is better, right? We only have this right here, so we're gonna see. I do want to see, this would be perfect in terms of timing, like seeing price dwell higher for the first half an hour of London, then start breaking lower. That would be perfect in terms of timing. But yeah, we see we actually did take that. Let me do this. We actually did take this New York high, very shallow, very barely took it, right? Which is something we gotta adapt to. Can refine this to the 50 minute, because price might as well just be living from here, without coming high and giving that entry, because we already tapped that 4 hours. So it's a matter of really adaptation here and seeing how price prints. It's a good start on being bearish. It's very impulsive here, very impulsive. So what's the most probable choice? Probably still waiting for that, but we're gonna see if this 50-minute gets inversed. If this 50-minute gets inversed, I will consider shorting before waiting for that, but unless it does get inversed, I'm not gonna consider shorts before us pulling a bit deeper. I would still prefer us pull a bit deeper here. So we're going to see. We do have this mini order block here, which is what we might actually react off of. Now on AUC we have these bullish gaps here, which are going to be a good confluence to seeing bearish scenarios. But I don't really think that's going to break. Yeah, this is going to be our trigger of looking for lower prices. This 50-minute inverse right here, and we're down on looking for slightly high resistance, but really call it that. To be honest, it's just structure. So say these equal lows are probably, yeah, that's why Asian lows are gonna be first target. Probably gonna choose equilibrium of this range though. Let's see hourly. Yeah, I would probably choose around this level as the next target. Oops, this one. Probably gonna choose this. I mean, it's already there, but yeah. And these as final. Yeah, we're fine. I mean, we can do something here, which meaning we hold this and we support the break lower and complete the inversion, but I would still not be looking at I would prefer not looking at shorts this early. I would still prefer price to come back above. How didn't you stop us out on this? Oh shit. He didn't. It didn't yet, but we gonna see. I still like this. I'm still gonna wait for this AU. It looks decent, but it's not. I would still prefer UJ here. Even if UJ is generally a kind of New York pair, we see that most of the times it initiates the moves lower. Even here was actually a pretty clean swing, almost equilibrium pricing. We initiate the move in like late London, so that's why we gotta be aware. Maybe that's what is gonna happen here as well. We're probably gonna retrace towards late London, and in late London we start initiating the move lower. So we're just gonna be patient and waiting for this. This is an A+ setup definitely for me. What makes it slightly risky is the fact that we do be in like very discount prices of the range, but I still think it's very valid to be looking at lower prices because we have really strong bearish momentum. And I would say we're definitely going to be reaching lower. High resistance, not really. I wouldn't really call this high resistance. I would call it like medium resistance. I'll call this. Let's see. As I said, I would still prefer UJ to come higher here before intending the move lower, because we did sweep this. We do be in the 4 hour, but for me the most probable area is still coming into this hourly inversion and these 2 hourly gaps. But this is an adaptation play, right? If we inverse this 50-minute right here, it means we're definitely likely on reaching lower and on initiating the move from this very shallow sweep of New York highs. So that's why we gotta adapt and still take the short, but I would still prefer us reaching here. AU's looking kind of bullish, so that's the only 2 pairs I'm gonna watch today. UK, weird as fuck. Okay, we don't want to be doing anything here. DAX again just initiated higher apparently, but We don't want to be forcing anything. Gold is probably gonna reach back into this consolidation. Let's see what Nasdaq did. Okay, did nothing pretty much yesterday. I mean, see here, the general good choice is to wait for the inversion. This is what I didn't do yesterday. Yesterday I traded before waiting for the 50-minute inversion. That's what ended up making the trade lose, actually. So we gonna wait for this. I mean, what's still probably gonna happen, I would still say it's likely to do this, then invert, and then we trade off here. Probably towards like 11, like 1 hour into London, start reacting lower. I do like that Asian range is really balanced. It doesn't present a lot of opposing structure or opposing PD arrays, reasons for the trade to fight or for the trade to not deliver, right? But these are looking like really good equal highs here to be getting swept now. Even if this rated liquidity, I still think we're very likely to come back again. But it does depend upon what price wants to do. Let's see, do we have a scalp on some of these pairs maybe? So just have a bit of fun. It's a big ass move, I ain't gonna lie, on your key. Do we have a scalp? Not really. The stalling UJ is not like, this is the reality of trading. Most of the time it's very slow. We have to wait for price to print, especially when trading 3-minute and 5-minute. That's why most of the times I actually enjoy 1-minute price action, because 1-minute prints way faster. But yeah, we still gonna wait and see. Oh yeah, I think I forget to put my thumbnail. I think I did actually. I'm gonna go to YouTube Studio and put my thumbnail. Yeah, the demo on Geo got stopped out, which is fine. It's just a demo, but even if we invest right now, I would like to see that retest, the proper retest. This is very similar to exactly what we traded yesterday on GU. So for us to be looking at shorts, we need to see the complete invalidation of this as well. This is extremely similar. The only difference is this now is 5-minute and the trade yesterday was on the 50-minute. That's the only difference. So in this case, what we want to do is wait for both of the gaps to get invalidated before considering to take shorts. This inversion is not enough right here, because price might inverse this but might react of this. So that's what I always knew, but yesterday I made the mistake of not waiting for both of these to get invalidated, and I get stopped out because of that. So we learn from our mistakes. Now we gotta always think about what's the most probable decision to take over 100 trades, over 200 trades. What's the general like highest win rate decision, right? What would make this entry here the highest win rate is? Yeah, definitely waiting for the 50-minute inversion to complete, or for both of these gaps to get invalidated. And even if after it gets, let's say we do this, I still want to see that retracement. I still want to see an entry here, and then looking at shorts. But we just gotta be careful. This is extremely fucking similar to GU. Let me try and see if I can compare them. This was a demo that got stopped, but let's see if I can compare them. Look, yeah, here it's extremely fucking similar. It's almost identical. See this? This is exactly the same thing. 2 gaps, 1 bullish candle here, 1 bearish. Like, it's so fucking similar, it's crazy. And that's why, see here, the price didn't close below the last AVG, and I still enter shorts and I just get stopped out. So this is very, very good, very similar. So now we know we have exactly the same scenario, so we just gotta make sure that we learn from yesterday. We're not gonna do the same stupid mistake, which is entering before both of the gaps get invalidated. This inversion at the top of the moves doesn't mean anything alone, and it's extremely fucking similar price action. Like even this bearish gap printed here, bearish gap printed here, it's just that time frames that really differentiate, but it's very, very similar. At least this leg, and this leg. But yeah, exact same scenario, exactly the same as yesterday. So now we learned that we need to wait for price to close below here before considering any shorts, which we didn't do yesterday. Price massively, like crazily precisely rejected that last FEG. It's looking like it's gonna inverse, but even if it does, still not gonna be taking any trades unless I see a retracement. Like even this is pretty big, and I do not want to take this. I still feel like it's risky to be taking this, even if we have decent R in terms of confluence, and in terms of like, yeah, in terms of confluence, I do want to wait and see a proper, I don't know, proper retest. Let's go back to AU. Boom, 3 minute. Looks like it's inversing, which is a good sign, but we're still gonna wait for a retest. We're not gonna enter straight off the inversion, but I think we will still have some sort of reaction, but we go see. It doesn't look like long lasting, it just looks like a temporary bearish move, exactly the same as it did on GU. So we're gonna use yesterday's stupid trade to guide ourselves with this. Like look, it looks very fucking similar. I think this is probably better seen on the 5 minute. Let's go back. Like see this shit right here, both of two gaps present, more like this on a refinement basis, but the same exact move that we have, the same exact move, and we entered before here. Very bad entry yesterday before seeing the full valid close. Now we're not gonna do that. But it looks crazy similar to what we had yesterday. So I'm still gonna wait. I want to wait for the 50 minute to fully close, and even if we fully close, I'm probably gonna wait for a retest. Just the smartest way to go about things here. So even if we inverse, I'm gonna wait for retest, extra confirmation, then look for shorts, because we still haven't reached the area I necessarily want it to be, or the area that is more highly probable, which is hourly inversion and these two gaps here. We did reach the 4 hour, which sometimes because of this 4 hour we end up living, but that's why we gotta be careful here and really look at price. Crazy similar price action. It's like God wants to see if I learned my lesson from yesterday. Crazy. Let's delete this. Boom, boom. I still say it's still more probable to reach this. Now on a shallow rate like this is very unsustainable. This is not going to sustain a long-term move. It can happen, but the most probable decision is still waiting for price to come back and re-sweep those. Because right, that's just obvious liquidity, like internal New York low with kind of Asian highs almost, but not really. But it's still more probable to wait for that shit, and that's what is the thing I'm changing in my mindset. Instead of thinking, okay, what is gonna happen with this trade, what's the best decision to take with this trade, I think, what is the best decision over 100 trades like this? What's the more probable decision, us shorting off here even if inverse, or us waiting for this? So the answer in this question is definitely waiting for this. This is the higher win rate trade, if that makes sense, or the higher win rate decision is on waiting for this. So that's probably what I'm gonna do right here. And we look like the bearish move looks slow. It doesn't look like it's gonna be long lasting. But I do really like the setup, I'm not gonna lie. At least Asian lows should be easier reaching lower. And we're clearing that consolidation by us reacting higher, so that's also a good sign. Easy targets on the lows here. And yeah, we have this really big void which we're probably gonna come to fill, right? A really big void here, which should be easy. We do have a relative strong low, but we do have this big as void we're probably gonna reach to fill. Probably around the start of the block we're gonna start reacting, but yeah, we're gonna see. We gotta be a bit more careful because I feel like UJ gives setups a bit later in London. In this case, 11:40 started having the bearish move, and we had it in kind of lunchtime. So I would be probably UG is one of the few pairs I'm gonna be down to be trading in lunchtime. Yeah, we see that these pairs are reacting bullish. Let me do this real quick. Yeah, G also reacting pre-bullish, just a lot of resistance. I'm not saying it will not react bearish, but for now, yeah, we just have a lot of resistance on the low, so we gotta wait for Geo. I'm still very down on looking at lower prices, but I need to see price leave this consolidation. I need to see a 1 hour gap lower or some shit, because I do still really like this trade idea, but we do need to wait for price to do something to this consolidation. Trading here inside this consolidation is just pure suicide. It's really suicide, to be honest, at the end of the day. Is UK still valid on looking lower? I wouldn't really like to be buying against a really strong sign like this, and we did react off this, so yeah, it's definitely riskier to be still looking to trade this UK. More like a retracement. Yeah, we can anticipate price retracing towards this, but more than that, it's just a very big stretch. It's just too risky to be doing. And AO as well, so we look like we're only gonna have UG for today, which is completely fine. I'm really fine with this setup because it's A+. I think it's with a bit if he's, yeah, resistance, slight resistance, but we already kind of cleared it with this reaction. So if we support if we still support bearish POIs, it means we're gonna support lower prices. So yeah, still really like the setup, and we see we're reacting, so this actually would be a perfect setup if we come, boom, sweep this buy side, come tap this POI, and then have a strong move lower to inverse that 50-minute, and this is where our entries, that shit would be perfect. But let's see, let's wait and see. We see why the 50-minute, like 50-minute AVGs are extremely important. This is what I'm coming to the realization of, especially on entries. We don't really want to be taking entries against 50-minute AVGs, right? In this case, we see 50 minutes still getting respected, still didn't close below, meaning shall very likely on reaching higher, pretty much. Or we might also be holding this, right? I'm not saying it's impossible, but we might still be holding this bearish PI and then breaking lower, which is not, again, impossible. But if we break lower from here, we're very likely on just going, because if you want to sustain that move higher into sweeping buy side again, we're gonna do it from here because we don't have any other POIs. Or we might also have a temporary reaction, my bad, into the sell side and then reach higher. But yeah, I still think it's more probable to wait for this right here. That's what we're gonna do. Or yeah, it also would be a good sign to like see this inversion right here. Oof, like seeing price hold this 3-minute VG, make this inversion, close below the 50-minute, that would be a good sign, but I'm not sure I want to take it though. Well, we gonna see, we're gonna watch. This is what trading is about. Waiting. Pretty much. Yeah, we're very likely not gonna be trading this UK trade here. Just strong reaction lower. We're very likely on pretty bearish flow, yeah. This would be a good sign here if we start breaking. Remember, we have the 4 hours, so we have to adapt here. We have to really be looking at probabilities. Are we gonna leave off this 4 hour, or are we gonna come into hourly? Because sometimes this happened and I did take in the past, but again, this is probably me thinking about an exception, and thinking about what's the most probable decision is to still wait for that shit. Just weird price action overall. Don't really want to be trading shit like this. But yeah, this looks kind of good here on UJ, on reaching lower from here, and that's inverting, invert. I don't know how to pronounce that word properly. Let me check on Google Translate. Inversing. It sounds weird as fuck, but inversing. Okay. Inversing. I don't like the price action here on UG. It looks kind of like a breakaway. Maybe a scalp, but still very fucking risky to be taking this. Definitely on the funded, way too risky. I wouldn't take it on any account, bruh. This trade right here. But yeah, this intuitively. Intuitively, this looks good. I'm not gonna be lying to you. Intuitively, she looks good here. If we inverse, of course. If we hold, even better. I still want to see the more likely scenario is waiting for that. Maybe we get a scalp here on UK, on the demo, of course. Really good respect. I do still want to see this. I would prefer seeing this respected and still see reaching into the highs. But it's a bit about adaptation, I would say. That's good. Can we might take like a demo scalp here. Again, on just reaching towards the high, so we can actually trade this. We're gonna have some fun with demos. We're gonna have some fun with demos, Gengi. Well, some funsies. I guess the VGA looks good on getting respected also with this mini inverse here. Looks good. I do like price action today on UK, on UJ. We can also gamble this right here. Boom. Trade. Market. Buy. Doing some gambles on the demo. But the fill is bad, but it's all good though. We wanted to enter on the basically on the close above the inverse, but yeah. We just chilling. Still too risky to be trying to anticipate. At most it would be price reaching into this. I wouldn't really look for higher prices than this. But we can have some fun. It's all good. We can have some funsies. As a scalp, I feel like it's good, but yeah, we're not really scalping, not yet. In the future, maybe. Right now, not really. I feel like even scalps still require higher time frame. Like that's when the most like strong scalps are gonna happen. In this case, we have higher time frame bias. We have Asian lows getting swept, and we have this really good POI. But it's still risky to be looking to target more than this FVG right here. But as a scalp, that's pretty much all you need, because it's like a 1.8 R. Pretty much all you need, like a almost 2 R to be taking your scalp, but we're not really ready to be scalping yet. Not yet. In the future, maybe. Right now, I'm just really gonna focus on my intraday trading. My scalping is good as well, but it's just not ready. This is good. I do like. I want to see UG come higher. Now we use demo to practice. To be honest, with time and practicing, we're gonna be able to reach a point where we're gonna be able to scalp as well. Swings, maybe. I'm pretty good like at, I would say, at all time frames, but I wouldn't really be doing it right now, like trading. Yeah, it's just risky for me to be doing scalping right now. I do like enjoy Nasdaq scalping a lot. I do enjoy Nasdaq scalping, but in the future we're gonna see. In the future, we're now really focusing on turning my intraday trading into profitable. So my intraday is the strongest. Yeah, it's the strongest area right now. But yeah, they both look like they're gonna work. In this case, I do really like that UJ has a high chance of working, because it means we're gonna reach back into the hourly inversion. And from here we can scalp again on UK. We can scalp lower, because I still think we're gonna hold bearish, because it's just way too strong of a move lower. Even from here we could have shorted. This again a good scalp of Asian highs in that previous liquidity level. But yeah, we're just having a bit of fun. Probably TP should have been lower, but it is what it is at this point. I still think we're gonna pull back a bit deeper towards this. We do have the small FVG here, but yeah, I wouldn't really consider it to hold like a long-term reaction. I would still hold this right here. But yeah, let's see UG coming into our area here, and then we're gonna wait for yeah, we do have this 50-minute bearish FVG here, which kind of matters a lot, but we're gonna see. Pretty nice scalp here. This is why I love demo trading, just for stuff like that. How's trading going today, bro? Didn't really take some trades. I'm just demoing. I'm just scalping a bit, and I'm waiting for this UG to come into my area, which is here on my alert, and then we're gonna see if we have a valid setup. How's yours going, bro? How are you? How are you today? How's your trading going today? For here we can already like keep scalping lower. We're just ping-ponging the power of scalping, to be honest. So this is one demo. The body's respected really well, this FVG, so I would maybe even like short straight off the bat here. Really good respection here with the bodies. This is why I love 1 minute price action, but I don't love backtesting it. Like, it's such a different feeling, like live or forward testing or whatever, compared to backtesting. Like on backtesting, you don't see the candles, have no life. You don't see candles print, and that's what makes a huge difference. You don't see the candles print, you don't see the candles form, this is what like all the charm comes from. From here we can start shorting again. It might seem like a gamble, but I'm confident. But we gotta see the 1 minute candle close, then we can short of it. So limit, we're gonna do like right here, stop loss above the high. Again, we're just targeting the low here, but we want to see, yeah, we want to see the candle close. Like 15 seconds. I would still want to see, yeah, the bearish candle close. This candle close bearish. Can't say I really like it, but yeah, let's do it. It's a demo at the end of the day. It looks kind of like a wickable VG. Oh shit. I moved it. I don't know if it's gonna tap me in because I moved it right when price. Yeah, we're gonna do the market. The market right here. I moved it. Oh shit, that's such a bad. I feel like this is why I hate. Why is there spread in backtesting, bro? On demo trading. It should have been here, but yeah. He has these bullish FVGs to fight. That's why the trade might be riskier, but it's all good. I'm gonna go smoke a Siggy. I'm gonna let this demo trades play out, and we're gonna see. I think stop loss would be safe about this 1 minute FVG right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just demoing for now. Still gonna wait and see this UJ if UJ comes here. We're gonna be patient because UJ usually gives like late London setups, so we're just gonna be patient for that. UJ is still stalling. Didn't fully recharge. Yeah, also UK stalling a bit, but it's all good though. Gonna eat some cereal. I'm waiting on this. Still like the UG trade a lot. If we manage to reach in higher prices, still like this. Still, this is still fine. Yeah, still chilling. But these are demos, of course. Just demoing so we get better at scalping and so we practice basically. So UJ did reach our area, but we're pretty strong for now, and I do really need to wait for some serious structure to kind of confirm the trend switch. We also see AU ended up reacting lower, AU and GU ended up reacting lower, but it's just like way too early to be trying to, I mean, not way too early, but it's just weird to be trying to short here. So I would still wait for some more confluence to be confirming the short. I would still wait for some more confluence, like a retracement to confirm the short. If we don't get that retracement, it is what it is. I don't think shorting off here is necessarily a good idea, because we are having our stop loss at buy side liquidity, which is something I don't like. So we definitely want to wait for some more structure. We look like we're finally initiating lower, which is good, but yeah, we did kind of hold my bias, but no realistic entry. Even here, maybe here, but not even that, because the inversion was incomplete. I wouldn't have taken this. Basically, any other way I wouldn't have taken this. Same with the U. Inversion was incomplete, so we couldn't have taken this. Now we're just gonna wait for a retracement and see how we do. We look like we're already melting, which is okay, I guess, but no real entry here. Definitely no real entry, and yeah, we're gonna wait for a retracement if we get that shit. I'm gonna go chill a bit, and I'm still gonna let this demo play out. And we need, I still like UG, but we definitely need to see some serious like trend switch here to be able to take these shorts. But yeah, I'm gonna go smoke a ciggy and chill a bit. Like our demo only okay, so it's gonna be successful, but yeah, we end up holding that really 1 minute FVG really well here. really well. Yeah, we definitely need to be waiting for retracement here. It's just too big of a displacement. And even like this, yeah, I would prefer trading GU because GU did great liquidity while AU didn't. So on AU we still have buy side. So not a great sign. I mean here, even if you inverse, I'm not sure I would take this, right? Still need to see some structure print. And so we have a bullish range, we need structure to definitely switch bearish. For now, even if we get a move lower, it's just gonna be a retracement until we see structure really forming bearish. Is gonna be too early to be trying to trade this UJ trade, but yeah. Like we're kind of reacting of this 1 minute here. For how much time you've been trading? 3 years, bro. 3 years. 3 years, yeah, exactly 3 years. Because we're in August. In August, I started trading. But it's demos. These are demos. So I wouldn't really take credit for demos though. This is just me practicing. This was a nice trade though on the 1 minute. The 1 minute on the 3 minute was pretty good. Like a 50-minute, yeah, this is how scalping I feel like works. With a couple with 50-minute VGs, liquidity, that's pretty much all you need to be scalping successfully. You don't need long moves. Even on UK, we had liquidity get taken. I mean, in this case, we had a really high time frame POI, but well, we're gonna see. These definitely need a retracement, and even if for retracement, I'm not entirely sure I will be trading this. Just a massive sell sign, so I'm not sure I'll be trading this too. Probably not. They just don't look like good. We're gonna see what they do. It's pretty good. Still strong on reaching lower here, but yeah, just ping ponging. This is why scalping is really powerful. But at some point, I'm gonna get into scalping. For now, I'm just gonna practice it on the demos. I feel like scalping is just like, I don't even know. Tron liquidity is extremely important, and that's pretty much it. The POI you're looking to trade out from. You either see, in this case, we had a strong sell side liquidity rate. Here we bought, we had an inversion, we bought towards next Tron liquidity, which is this FVG, and this FVG, since it got reached, we look to target again lower. It's just ping ponging. And this is probably a 50-minute FVG, yeah. Trade off the 50-minute to target next Tron liquidity. So yeah, this is how scalping really works best. And even on GU, I feel like here is gonna scalp. Good scalp, because we swept all these sell side. We have like this inversion right here, and we can be scalping towards the highs, toward the retracement, anticipating the retracement. So like realistically only the UG trade out I would be taking on my funded, but we need a lot of structure to print, so it's probably gonna be, yeah, we need a lot of structure to switch. A lot of structure to see, because structure for now is still staying intact on being very. So for me, I would see something like this. The only way I would be trading, yeah, seeing a strong switch in structure and then trading lower, but otherwise not really. And I don't even trust, like, Geo suits my bias, suits my idea, but I just don't trust until I see an hourly gap form here. I'm not trusting us being bearish. Same with AU. Have equal highs here. I don't like those equal highs. I don't like this, but we gonna see what it happen. This would have been a decent scalp of the inversion. Enter here on the close and target, I don't know, the void, big ass void to fill. Yeah, this is not really great, I would say, for the trade. For this demo, we look like we're holding this, but we're gonna leave it be just to learn. Now, even if this gets inverse here, I would not be trading this until structure switch bearish. Like for now, intraday structure is bullish on UG. Higher time frame structure is bearish, but we need to wait for time frames to align here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I need to see some strong switches bearish, because even if it disinverses, we can come in this or the block these lower high resistant prices and just hold higher. So not gonna enter yet. I see we can get that scalp opportunity I was talking about, but this again just practicing demos at this point. We can be trading this. But I will place it slightly higher because apparently even demo have spreads. Apparently. And it was looking good on the start of being bearish, but again, I will not trade unless for example I see this and then I see this, we retrace and then we have another entry lower, which just confirms the lower higher switch is structured. That's when I would enter. Before that, it's just to throw. We need to wait for intraday price action to switch bearish and align with higher time frames. Otherwise, it's too troll to be entering that shit right there. Because until we see structure really form bearish, we're just trading a retracement, which is very, very risky to be doing. Yeah, I just don't trust this move on you. Looks like a really strong high getting built. That's what's for sure. But I'm still not sure about it. We are pending this 50 minutes, so already looks like we're inversing, and this can be an entry to target lower, but too risky to be taking so low. Hell no. I'm curious if this scalps work. If this works, I mean. Just targeting high resistance. Targeting this or the block more like it. Oops, what did I do? This is just stalling at this point. It might still work, but it's just stalling. Yeah, this is pretty bullish. I'm gonna close this, even if it's a demo. Yeah, this looks pretty bearish. It's just way too fucking risky to be taking this right here. At most, this is what you can get, like a 0.8R. Shit, hella risky. And yeah, even here I would still say the sales are probable when we reach this. So yeah, we're just chilling. We're not really having any valid trades for now, but we might have them later on. Weird ass price action. It's probably still gonna hold though. Yeah, it was probably an early close, but I just don't want to watch UK. We're waiting on the UG trade to switch bearish, but we definitely need some structure for structure to align. And other than that, nothing really much going on. I don't like these. Even if my bias is sells, I just don't really like how the range is looking. I don't really like this. I do want to see some strength on even lower, and it is good. We did see some strength, but I don't know. I want to see some structure. I want to see a deeper pullback, and then maybe I would slightly consider sales, but I wouldn't really like shorting into the high resistance though, but we gonna wait and see. For me, it's better to choose this demo trade and demo retracement trade. But yeah, we gonna see what it do. We might have that UJ trade late London, but it does really depend on if structure starts switching bearish. If it doesn't, not really much. So example here is why, see I shorted here, I got stopped out. Why? Because we're shorting a very weak move first of all, and we're shorting a move from pre-London. That's why I didn't take the trade yesterday, because the move or the displacement was from pre-London, and look what happened. Price just ended up coming manipulating the high and then leaving lower. But this inversion here was pretty nice. It was small as fuck, but that's where we ended up holding from. Maybe this could have been valid though, but I would have definitely still waited for this. Yeah, this is just too early right here. But some people might have catched it, but yeah, it's a nice manipulation though. Probably it's nicer on the 1 minute, but still lack of displacement. Yeah, it's just a really choppy entry, but it's nice to see how we held from this inversion. We end up holding massively lower after manipulating this Frankfurt sellers. Happens a lot of times. Waiting on this UJ. Other than that, nothing really. Yeah, I think my close was good on UK actually. Might get a retracement, I might consider taking the sell, but I do not like that we took all the sell side. We gonna see. I'm gonna go drink a coffee, and yeah, we're just gonna let the market play out at this point. We still need that. So yeah, realistically only UG waiting for, and the rest pretty much I don't really like how Geo's looking. I prefer on being patient here. I just don't like price action. We're still stuck in a big ass consolidation. So unless we initiate, and probably until we close below this hourly gap right here, it's too risky to be taking shorts. So we see we're reacting, but this is a strong low. This is usually how we react. You have a temporary reaction before finally displacing lower, but still don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna go drink a coffee. I'm gonna let these demo play it out, and I'm gonna wait for the UJ trade if we manage to get it. When I be trade like the demo trade, the geo trade, and I'm hitting TP, bro. When I be trading demos, bro, I mean fucking milk in the market, but when I be trading my live, it's not the same thing. Look at this. Today only 4 wins. I mean with this actually. Yeah. 4 wins, 1 loss. When I be trading demos, hell yeah, should be working really easily, but yeah, it's a different thing when I be trading live. These are just trades where I do what I think is gonna happen, but when you be realistically trading, you have to trade with a strategy. We'll see. I'm still waiting on the UJ trade, my bad. If we inverse, it's gonna be my criteria. Inverse, come back, retest another like inverse here, and then I'm gonna enter and look for shorts to be targeting the Asian low, but that's legitimately the only trade I've been looking at today to be taking them unfunded. But yeah. Oops, what did I do? But demo fucking warrior on God. Demo warrior buy to sell, close the sell here, knew it's gonna reverse, and that's what it's doing, but it's crazy, right? On the demo sheet it's working really well, but it's not sustainable. Yeah, we're still pretty much holding bullish PD arrays here on UJ. I don't know if we're gonna get this set up, but yeah. Demo fucking warrior when it comes to live trading. Not really the same, but can't really do much, I guess. If I start demo trading, like trading how I trade demos, I'm gonna lose like I did this in the past, but yeah. For now I'm just practicing. In the future I might be scalping like I'm doing right here, but for now yo, I'm still waiting on that UJ trade. The rest don't really do much, just stalling a bit. Yeah, this ended up being a really good entry here. 15-minute gap plus bias plus drawn liquidity ended up being really strong move higher, but I still prefer sells because of higher time frame here. Higher time frame is still very bearish for me, so that's what I'm gonna wait for. But we need to wait for like some really proper trend switch, and it's probably gonna happen like in late London. Yeah, this wasn't that bad, but it was basically 1 hour POI, 1 hour AVG with massive sell side getting swept, and a 3-minute inverse. Still risky. Yeah, we closed this, but yeah, the buy was pretty good. Very short, in a couple of minutes we hit 2 hour. Yeah, this is probably gonna be it. I'm really tired. I don't know why, but I'm really tired. And we're probably gonna come back for New York. I'm probably gonna take a nap. I'm still gonna slightly watch UG, but most likely I'm gonna wait for New York on this trade. And yeah, not gonna be trading anything else rather than this. If this happens, I'm gonna trade it. Geo, I don't like it. I don't like shorts here. I don't like AU shorts. It's just like, yeah, we took Asian lows. It's just like these setups are not good for me. Even though they work, it doesn't mean they're good. But yeah, this was it for today. So we took one demo here, one buy of a 50-minute VG. 50-minute VG strong equal highs to target. That was one buy here. One buy on GU was of a 1 hour VG. 1 hour VG with a 1 minute or a 3-minute inverse, whatever you want to call it, targeting premium prices. And UK, we took one buy of a 1 hour gap with Asian low sweep here. We took it off a 1 minute inverse, again targeting opposing PD array. Then we tried this short right here to be targeting again the sell side, but I ended up closing here because the price was struggling too much. But over the pretty successful demo trades today. And yeah, also took this loss here on one loss, or only one loss took today on demo here. But yeah, this ended up working really well, really clean entries. But what can you do? Not every trade is gonna be valid. But yeah, I'm gonna see you for New York. I'm really tired. I'm gonna end the stream right here, even though it's slightly half an hour earlier than I would normally end it. I think we might get this, but it's gonna be definitely New York. This UJ trade. We have to wait for structure to switch bearish. Otherwise, if we don't, we're pretty much gonna switch trend. But I still like how it's looking. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for today. A bit tired, a bit low energy. I'm sorry for that if you're watching this. I'm sorry for being low energy, but I'm really tired today. And yeah, successful demo trades, but cannot really trade how I trade demos. I did that in the past and it didn't end up working well, but maybe in the future. Maybe in the future I'm gonna trade like this on scalping. Cause I do feel like, I don't know, scalping would be, I'm pretty good at scalping. Like we can clearly see that from demos. I've been doing this like almost every stream. Been winning demos hella often. But yeah, I don't know if it's sustainable. Like I'm just trading with no strategy. Basically what I'm doing on demos is just trading full intuitive, full intuition. Basically no real strategy, full intuition. So I don't know if it's sustainable though. But yeah, I'm gonna see you next time. I'm sorry again for being low energy, but yeah, I'm just tired.